maybe I should unmute my mic. That might help. But hell, everyone, Mark D with a C here. You getting old there. I'm forgetting to unmute the mic. Hell, hey, Kellel and hell, Polly's minion and Pupper. So hopefully this stream will be truck dog approved. I hope. So yeah, so it was a pretty rough day out there. Really sad news. So just my condolences to everyone involved in that terrible situation. We don't talk about politics on this channel or current events for the most part, but there was no Toxic Tuesday tonight, so I figured, hey, what the heck? I got a lot of pieces left to go to this Batman build, so let me get it let me get it rocking. So I got Clobberin Times joining us in a few minutes. Maybe some people swing by. So yeah, and if anyone wants to join in, let me know. I can just put the link in there if anyone wants to hang out while I build this Batwing. But yeah, so I think it's it was a really sad day. But yep, got to keep plugging away, and it's really tragic. Something like excuse me could happen, but we gotta just hope we can minimize those things happening again. It's just hard to conceive. And actually, one of my cousins was actually a teacher at Sandy Hook, and thankfully she was okay, but she was there that day. So just all those memories keep coming back. I can't imagine what it's like for those people, and they've gone through that, and for the people that are experiencing that today. So it's just really tough. Yep. Hey, JP RPH1, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Yep. So sorry to bum out people, but I thought I'd I got can't go live without mentioning it. So yep. Thanks for leaving the thumbs up. Always appreciate that. Yep. It's getting late early, right? So I'm gonna start the cam here. And I'm on step 4, so I got a lot of steps to go. So I'm going to mute my mic just for 1 second. I got to put it on the other desk and get set up over there. So let me do that. Yeah, it's a good thing I muted the mic because I kept banging it. I got too much stuff in this room, right? So let's get over to step number 4. And I'm going to start my iPad so I can see the chat over here. So, and Nick just got out of Top Gun. So the rumor was, I was teasing, said you got to take Clobbering time so you to see Top Gun. So I think Nick Weiser has a reaction video out to Top Gun. So I've been hearing some good reviews. So interesting to see what great Nick Weiser has to say on that one. So let me get into the chat here. So I got the desk that I can't see the chat from. So I put it on my iPad. Let me go to my channel. There we go. So that way I can follow the chat. All right. So with Legos, always helps to work with the box here so you don't lose any pieces. So this is step 4. So what I always do is, put them in another container. So just in case you drop any there. So you don't drop any, I should say. So there we go. Here's the other step 4. The other thing with Legos too, a lot of times there's more than one bag marked for each step. So you want to make sure that you're getting both bags that are step 4 because you're going to be looking for parts and going crazy. There we go. So let's turn the page to step 4. So as you can see, the book is this book is pretty thick. So there's up to, let's see how many pages, about 350 pages. So yeah, and 528 pages in the build, and we're on step 4, which is how many pages? Let's see, getting close here. The nice thing, these manuals are really well done. They show you what, the whole overview of what step you're on, which is good. So the first part shows you what you'll be building. So I think we're back just a little bit here. It's been so long since I did this, the last one. Let's see. Yeah, we got to keep going back. Back. Next time I'll put a page marker in there. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Page 92. All right. So it shows you what you need. And there's also another bag that has different pieces that aren't in that main bag usually. So they just they warn you of that too. So there's 4 of these longer pieces that should already be in the bin. I'm going to put this book here. So it shows you what you're going to end up with, and then what you're going to build. So we're going to build 2 of these. So then we're going to need 1 of these special pieces that were separate in the bin. Oh, cool. Check this out. And we also have the sticker here, too. It's in the box. I think that goes on, that eventually goes on here. So it makes a nice display for the Batwing. So put that out of the way for now. So half the time with these is finding the damn pieces. So we got one here. Let me put this extra light on. There we go. Okay, so we got 1 of these, a 3 and a 6. It looks like 3. And you always got to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start with 1 end here, 1 on the end here, and then there's some squares. So there's another 3-piece that goes here, and then 2 squares here. So yeah, you always got to make sure you track what you're doing. That's not an instruction booklet. That's a novel. Yeah, they're actually, the beginning part is really cool. It shows you about the builders and stuff about the Batwing. It's pretty cool. Yep. So they do a nice job with that on the book. So Lego is really cool the way they do that. Yeah, so you always want to just check each step and look. So I'm going to count here just to double check. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just to double check. And some you get too far along sometimes, and then you got to backtrack. So we need a double piece. And this is what takes the time, is finding the pieces here. So let's see. That's always the small pieces are tough to find. Yep. And if we stay up late enough tonight, Strange New Worlds will be on, or as Clobbering Times calls it, Strange New Worms. I think it's on Wednesday night, but probably I think it's on. I don't know why they do that. They do it at 3 a.m. It's just show it at midnight in the time zone, or just show it at 8 o'clock. I guess, I don't know. All right. So we've got one of these, and we need 4 of these arch pieces, it looks like. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that's that's amazing. Yeah, I've seen that. They keep coming up with new versions. I think there's even cooler version that's out. The first wasn't that wasn't that good. Yeah. Oh, Kyle says no thanks. I'd like to be able to stop tonight. Yeah. Well, Clobber and Tons have been last one we watched together, which made it kind of fun, like as a watch party. So we could commiserate together about how the crew was acting. That's the main thing that gets me is how the crew acts. The story I didn't think was the end of the world. It's so not Starfleet the way they interact with each other. And all too much touchy feeling. I guess it's maybe I'm getting older, but going to see the motion picture. Decker. There's conflicts in old Star Trek, even though Roddenberry didn't want to have too many personal conflicts in the series, but with Kirk relieves Decker. He basically, Decker tells him off, and Kirk says, report to the bridge at once, Commander. That's it. There's no, touchy feelies going on. See, so now I put that piece in the wrong pieces. There we go. So that, I don't know if it's easy. Might be tough to see from up there, but yeah, that piece goes there. Was there alcohol involved? It's in Romulan now. No, there should be, but I think we were watching it like 3 a.m, which is crazy. Next time we'll have to do it the next day. But yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, the bridge, way too many lights, but part of the bridge I like the analog dials combined with the modern LCD stuff. But yeah, it's just too many lights on that bridge, and they're too touchy feely. It's all about their feelings and traumas, and then they're undoing what happened in past Star Trek episodes, or going against canon, which certain little things. For me, it's not the end of the world if you change, but why did they having that commander, part of the relative of Khan is ridiculous, and you don't need to do it. Just write a new character that's interesting. That's fine. But they've got to go the memberberry route. So let's see here. We need this, and then number 1 now is like got superpowers. She's a augment. So we've got another basically superpowered person on the bridge. And that was never in the original series. Dorothy Fontana had written her backstory and didn't get credit in that episode either. So, they should have given her some credit. Arm Burnett had a nice piece about that. Yep. Yeah, Enterprise did do it better. Yeah. So I think that bridge obviously looked more modern than the '60s bridge, but they did make it much more primitive and retro. It felt more like a submarine when you're on that ship, and it always felt underpowered when they were facing the Klingons or the Vulcans. They were definitely always undergunned. They didn't have shields. They had shield plating on the ship, so you always felt like they were underpowered. With Discovery, it was like it was light years ahead of what was out there. No one knew about the tech. It was just made no sense to me. Oh, and we got Clobber and Times is popping on in, which is good. Here, let me add him to the stream. I think he has the power to add himself in, but let me do that.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Yep, I'm on the other jet.
I actually do have the power to do it, but I always
You do
feel
have the
rude.
power.
I always feel rude
pop
doing it. Somehow. I don't know what.
You have the power. Yeah.
I
Let me
have
make
the
that other
power.
screen. bigger.
What's up, duder? Yeah, go ahead and go back and power that screen up there.
I'll just make that and big in that. I think can I put your avatar on the bottom? Let's see.
Can you do what now? What's wrong? What's the deal? I don't know how.
I'm trying to get the. I guess because there's just two people.
You just go solo because you show.
Yeah, just go solo. Yeah.
Point of the stream is to be showing the Legos. Sorry, I'm late.
There we go. No, it's all
up,
casual. Yeah, well, Nick, I thought there was Toxic Tuesday. No, I'm just teasing. Nick did say there wasn't Toxic Tuesday in the chat last week.
Okay. I forgot. I could have swore he was.
But I forgot it. I just totally, we're getting old now. I'm not Mr. Ataz anymore, so I can't remember everything. So I I was like, I finished all the slideshow just on time, like I always do, and and clipped a few things, and then I'm like, I went to put it in. I'm like, wait, where's the link?
Wow. Yeah.
Nick? I'm like, Nick forgot. And then I'm like, oh, and I'm reading the chat again. I'm like, oh, dummy, He said he was going to Top Gun with you tonight, but you didn't show up. He said.
He commented on my video.
But he went late night Top Gun show, I guess. Yep. He just got back now. He just posted a video, so I guess a first reaction. Yep. So I wonder see if he liked it.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope he hated it.
But if he did, you won't mind, right? Yeah.
Well, only because he's Nick. Anyone else liking it, I'll just be angry with him on purpose. No particular reason. You're not going to see that drivel, are you?
Of course, I gotta go see it.
No.
Who wants to go see it? Because I love aircraft and fighter jets and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise is in it. What is wrong with people?
A lot of people like Tom Cruise. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I know.
His movies are popular. You can't deny that. And he does go all out for his movies. But, I mean, I don't know. I've never met the guy. I can't, it's not like I know him. So, but.
It's not like he watches my movies either. So.
Yeah. Well, I want to see the new Steve Ditko thing. I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
how about that, huh?
That's impressive. That's got to be the world's worst list.
The list is bad enough, but that's just opinion. I'm not really. I joke around about a list, opinion-wise, but I know it's subjective, so I don't care that much. Stupid, but it was really dumb. But I've seen worse. But the thing is, what's bad about it is how structured it was. It didn't say like number 10 and the issue number when it came out, and then talk about it. It just started off and named like some kind of, I don't know where this got.
Or maybe it wasn't supposed to be in order. It was just a list of 10 stories.
No, it was just the 10 best. Yeah, I mean, it was. It said top 10.
Yeah, so anyone who was wasn't there last night, so Clobber and Tons was talking about there was a top 10 best Fantastic Four stories by Collider, and then they talked about Ben Grimm being one of the most multi-layered creations of Steve Ditko and Jack and
Stanley and Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It's like, wow.
Well, Michelangelo did the Mona Lisa too, didn't he?
I think Van Gogh did that.
No, I mean, you can make mistakes too, but that's a pretty basic one that any editor should catch, especially if you're in the comic book field. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, people make mistakes, but that's pretty egregious.
That's nutty, man. I'll tell you.
I mean, most people know that Ditko had nothing to do with the
FF. No, it's just pretty.
Did he ever do a couple of covers, maybe, or something, or?
He did some inking on some issues, and he did like inked the cover here and there, but he never really did
not much.
Interiors. Now that's early on. He actually did one of those later Fantastic Four annuals in the late 70s or early 80s, but
okay,
which was not really his best work. Oh my goodness, this. Wow, I got a weird Saturday Night Star Trek. For me, anyway, that video, the views are crazy on that last one we did.
Oh, you got a lot of views, yeah?
I don't know why. Wow, 570, 527. I mean,
oh, excellent. Is that the most ever? Or?
Yeah, I think. I don't look at views as much as I should. But
yeah, well, that's sometimes the algorithm catches you, and
it's just weird. Last Wednesday night, nothing. The show did a lot too, and then
that's good though. Yeah. It always makes you feel better when we do this for fun anyway. But it's sure. Like Raquel says that it's nice to know someone's watching. So appreciate Kel and Polly's Minion and Pupper in the chat. Yep. And
man, this I'm downloading a video that I downloaded a while back. That I want to make for a video tomorrow. I want to cut a piece out of it.
Yeah.
And to that movie maker.
Oh yeah, how'd you figure out how to edit that clip out? You figured out how to do it in a movie?
Nice, it did finish loading them. I want to make one, special video for tomorrow, but oh, it did load. Okay.
Yeah, it was compressed today. You clipped one of your segments out.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah, the second time I've done one, but you know what? That last one I did was so long ago. When I started this one, I forgot everything.
Everything, right? Yeah.
Well, obviously it didn't because I ended up making it. But at first I'm like,
no, but it takes a while to remember. Yeah, what's going on? Well, it's the same thing. I do a lot more editing now, so not that I'm anywhere near good at it, but at least I edited a clip out for I Pity the Fool for next week. I gotta add that to my stream because it's I'll upload it tonight before we go.
It's a weird night because Nick that happened with you and Nick, and then Loki. He totally forgot the Green Lantern stream tonight.
Yeah, because you had a schedule. It was on your channel or his channel?
His channel.
Okay.
And he called me like it was right around the time, a little bit after the time that the video would have been on, and I just said, I'd already told Tom I couldn't go.
He went to see Top Gun.
Just kidding. He didn't actually.
I know, yeah.
Well, that's what he did say, but yeah, he could, which should have been fine, but
yeah.
No, he said, I don't know what happened exactly. He called me on the phone while I was on with Tom, and so I went on with Tom because I figured, well, I guess we don't have those shows, nothing scheduled. I'm not hearing back from a month with it.
Yeah.
So it's no big deal. We'll do it next Tuesday night.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. So let's see what's coming up this week.
Well, Strange New Worms is tonight at 3.
And then
I don't think I'm staying up that late. So.
Friday's Kenobi, huh?
Oh, is that this Friday? Yeah, my son wants
Friday
to watch
or
that.
Thursday?
I think it's coming up soon. Yeah.
It's this week. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely this week, I think. Yep.
And all right. Next week,
Orville. Oh no, where does this go now? This goes.
Orville's
gonna be here, like this. Yeah. Oh, and I got to do 2 of them. All right, I got to build 2 of these suckers. Oh, it's looking more like a Batwing every day.
Whoa, get some bad edges to it.
Bad edges. Let me move this back a little. I need a bigger desk.
Yeah, I don't think it was a no particular order type of thing there, Kal-El. I mean, maybe. I think they were just dumb. I just think they don't even, I guess they could have said they were just throwing 10 out there with no particular order. I guess it's possible. Your prop is possible. But it didn't even, here's the thing about that. That's one thing. But before each issue, it said it would say the title, like the Trial of Reed Richards or the, and then it would not list the comic book, the issue it's from, the series it's from, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, it's just really sloppy journalism.
Yeah, it was not a lot of stuff is poorly written. I don't think people grow up learning to write these days, just in general, and write and read. So,
it's got to be
probably a lot more multiple choice stuff. And, back when we were kids walking to school uphill both ways, you had to write all your stuff. So we had like books, like my son's handwriting is so atrocious. I'm like, how would you ever even take a test like at school? Like, how would they read it? You know, it said most stuff is not written. Or you remember you had those? We had blue books. I don't know what if you had those for tests. So you had
I don't
like
know.
a blue book where you'd write all your little mini evil test book. Like it's a thing of nightmares when you see them. If you
I don't know.
remember them, it had like this blue cover. You'd write your name on it. It was it's like if a teacher gave you like essay questions, you write like number one, and you have to write your essay. But I mean, like if your handwriting is bad, it's like my God, he's a lefty too, so that makes it worse.
Of course.
These kids don't grow up. We grew up writing for like the first, all through school. There was no computers in school, so you're writing the whole damn time. Oh, there's a short of "See Me" today.
You know the
all right, we got to check that out, everyone.
What's that? What is it?
The truck dog. "See Me" is.
Oh, cool.
Our favorite truck dog.
I wish I could. I wish I could remember. You mentioned like those books from school. The only thing I remember about school was my comic related notebooks and stuff.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like my I don't know what. See, that's how it shows how pathetic I was at school.
Because you'd write down notes of your stories you like.
No. It's just that when I think of school, all I take away from it is how I had one of those binders with Marvel comics all over it, and a couple of those notebooks. Right? I love the one I had, the binder that had all the Marvel characters on it. I mean, I would sit there instead of like caring about what the teacher was saying, I would just stare at that thing and have comic book covers and panels, images and stuff. I would stare at that all the time because I didn't give a shit about school.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to try to draw comics. Went to art camp for a few summers, and I'm terrible. But I got to pull them out. I had like some pictures of the Thing, and I copied like some Kirby art. And it wasn't. All right, I'm not gonna say it was anywhere near good, but it wasn't terrible because when you're copying something, it's you're just drawing the lines. I mean, it was pretty pitiful, but it was. But I had it on my desk for years. It was fun just to try to draw some characters. But yeah, my grandmother was a really good artist. She beautiful art, and my dad was pretty decent too. But my grandmother did a lot of painting, so we have those in our house. And she did embroidery and needlework, and back then you were really skilled, I guess, and because you had to do make your own clothes or make clothes or repair clothes, and you didn't have money to do that stuff. You had to learn how to do it yourself. So yeah, she's got some. I wish I should have told her years ago. I didn't think of it to draw. She did all this porcelain work, which is gorgeous. I mean, people look at it and they think it's can't believe it's done by hand, like flowers and pretty things. And she did like a Three Musketeers character for me on a glass that I have. But God, I should have. She passed away in the '80s, but I never thought of it. Like, could you do me like something with the Fantastic Four on a plate or something? She would have done it for me. It would have been
nice.
So cool.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
On porcelain or like on a mug. We've got some of her artwork, and it's just I can't believe how talented she was to do that stuff. And
oh yeah,
with the little brushes and draw by hand and
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep, but
and it's with both that thing not going on and who else was not on tonight that usually is.
Yeah, it's kind of sparse on YouTube tonight because Tom was on. Tom ended early, right? Well, I mean, he doesn't. I mean, his normal show
he ended about his usual time.
Usual, yeah, like around 10ish, I guess, 10 Eastern.
Paulie's talking about like doing some kind of member stream, much a late night one. But for him, late night, it's not even 9 o'clock for him yet.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's California. Yep. So,
my goodness, when's the last time you touched this thing?
It's been a month, I think, or more. Right? You were hanging out with me the last time.
Yeah,
I did it. I think. Right. I'm forgetting where I was. Like, what page am I going to put a marker in the book?
What were those called? Marvel Comics binders, notebooks.
Well, it was a trapper keeper, but that was its own animal. But they were just well, it wasn't a binder. It was a notebook, right?
No, well, I had notebooks and stuff too, but
Yeah.
I had one that I loved. It was like a folder, like binder type. Oh my God, I found the picture. Oh, there it is. And man, all I did was, oh, good Lord, there it is. Oh, yep, that was that was the only thing good about school was that thing. Holy shite, they should have. Yep. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, Che. I'm just catching up. I'm not always looking at the chat, but
There
yeah,
it
you can
is.
show that. But he's saying, how do children develop unique signatures for documents without learning cursive? The answer is they don't, because you should see my son's some of my kids' signatures. I'm sure other kids are the same way. Like my great grandmother who came from Italy used to sign her name with an X. She just put an X in there because she couldn't read or write. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Apollo, by the way, I forgot to say I'm sorry. And Cavatino, good to see you there. And Jeffrey, good to see you. Who else was here earlier?
Oh, Jeff is rather good at Photoshop. Geoff, I should say.
Oh, Geoff. Sorry, Geoff.
No, I'm joking. That's my joke, because the first time, like, you're a young kid and like you have a list of people to call, and I was like calling a group, for scouts, I think it was. So I'm like, I get the name, I get the list, and this is before cell phones and stuff, and like, is Geoff there? It wasn't this Jeff, but you're like a kid, like Jeff, Jeff. I'm like, and then the other one that tripped me was there was a Sean, Sean. I'm like, Sean Cassidy, SHA. I'm like, is C in there? Like, you mean Sean? Oh, I guess. Oh, that's Sean.
Now,
cold calling people.
Of course. Apollo says, hey, lefties are cool. I'm not sure you two are talking about the same kind of lefties.
Well, my son is a lefty, so I guess when you write lefty,
you were talking about lefties? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about politics. I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, left-handed. Yeah, he's left-handed. I don't know if he's a lefty. I don't even think my kids care so much about. My kids care about politics until they start paying taxes, maybe.
Well, they don't make great quarterbacks in the NFL, and very few of them. I'll tell you that. So they're about left-handers, but they're still wonderful people.
Steve Young.
Yeah, okay, but when you make the list, when they make the top
short
10,
list.
When they make the top 10, only like 4 or 5 of them are great.
Well, much less lefties too.
Let's see. Only 2 left-handers ever won Super Bowls. Probably was Steve Young, Chris Stabler, and Steve Young. How many Hall of Famers were lefties? Steve Young, Kenny Stabler.
Yeah. That'd be a short list, right?
That's about it. Yeah.
I mean, Boomer Esiason was a lefty,
Not a Hall of Famer,
he never made the Hall of
Fame. He did
get
to a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah. Until they ran into Barry Manilow, a.k.a. My mom was watching. My mom was watching the Niners. She's like, well, I didn't know Barry Manilow was a quarterback.
Hey, Dave. Barry Manilow.
she thought he was bad.
She thought he was Barry Manilow? Boomer Esiason?
No, not Boomer.
Not Boomer, who?
For the Niners.
Young?
No, not Young. Before Young. Montana? Yeah, she thought he looked like Barry Manilow. She's like, why is Barry Manilow playing football? Like, I don't think Barry would last very long.
Oh, man. Well, it was a prejudice in a sense, but an offensive coordinator had to change his whole offensive scheme, not him so much, because the most important position outside quarterback is left tackle if your quarterback's right-handed. So he's different from a right tackle. So when you got a left-handed quarterback, you have to have a right tackle doing a left tackle job.
Yep.
Blind side. And it's weird. And the ball spirals the other way. Receivers don't like it.
They're not used to it, right? Yeah.
Actually, Geoff, the way it was said is Montana to Rice, touchdown 49ers. That's the way that guy always called. He didn't just say touchdown. Every time he said, touchdown 49ers. I forget that guy's name. I could see his face. Forget his name. But yes. And I hated the 80s. Oh, I hate him. In the 80s, I hated the 49ers so much. Oh, my God. Because he used to whoop us so much.
Yeah, right.
But your Giants whooped them that Monday night, and I was so happy.
Oh, yeah.
when they pretty much the shit they could have gone to jail for what they did in Montana that night.
Oh God, yeah. Went on defense a lot of times, right?
Well, Leonard Marshall crippled him, knocked him, and ruined his career. Not on that night. It was a Sunday. It was a playoff game.
Yeah. No, that was a brutal game. I remember. I think it was in a bar.
I can see that hit in my head right now.
Well, it's that wouldn't have happened today. I mean,
no. Oh God, he wouldn't be allowed to play in the rest of the league if he way Leonard Marshall hit Montana for that particular hit. He wouldn't be in the league anymore.
But that's the way the game was played, though. So I mean,
yep.
I mean, if you got to the quarterback, he was gonna.
Yep. That's yeah.
He was going to get punished. What
Jack Lambert said.
What did he say?
He was asked back in the 70s, what do you think they should do to protect quarterbacks? He said, I think they put dresses on them.
I'll get in a lot of trouble today.
Them's were the days, dude. When defensive guys were nasty.
Well, it wasn't as much of a passing game, too, so it was kind of a catch, not a catch-22, but just,
right.
Today, without the quarterback, you're wrecked. But back then, don't get me wrong, quarterback's critical, but it was
before
much more of a running game.
Blunt rule, So, before the Mel Blunt rule, you could mug receivers going all the way down the field, and you could knock their head off. Mel Blunt was a headhunter. They made a whole rule. In 78, it was Don Shula's one who forced it down the league's throat. And they call it the Mel Blunt rule because, he was, first of all, that was contact after 5 yards. That stopped. And then you can't hit a defenseless receiver going across the middle.
Was he the guy that paralyzed the guy in the pregame?
I believe he was the guy that paralyzed the dude in a preseason game or something.
Yeah.
Daryl Stingley was the guy, one of the guys. Daryl Stingley was one of those guys that got.
Oh, Stingley.
Yeah.
Well, Stingley was the guy that got paralyzed, right?
He was the guy that got paralyzed, but Mel Blunt did chop some heads off there. So did, some of those. I mean, just some of the cornerbacks. They were as bad as linebackers. They were whackers. The Lions win. The Lions win. Said no one ever. That's not true. They won a world championship in 1958.
10 years before we were born, Jeff.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Like the Jets, yeah. Actually, I went to see the Jets lose to the Lions at the Meadowlands with Barry Sanders. That was a great game. Barry Sanders, incredible.
I got to see Barry Sanders get held to 9 yards in the Superdome by our Dome Patrol. I mean, something like 20 yards, maybe something like there's like maybe 9 or 10 yards or whatever it was. They held his ass, and that's in a dome too.
I'd want my money back. I'd love to see Barry Sanders. So of course, that's your home.
No, it was our team. We had the dome. That's the point. That Saints defense of 1992 was one of the all-time greatest defenses in football. Put all 4 linebackers in the Pro Bowl, and when the NFL Network did their greatest linebacker cores of all time, Saints were number 1.
That core, yeah.
Yeah, but Ricky Jackson, Pat Swilling, Vaughn Johnson, and Sam Mills.
Wow.
They were the best as a core, No one's ever put all 4 linebackers in.
Yeah, I mean the Giants had that great year, but not all 4 players.
But you did have. I think he's had Lawrence Taylor.
LT was disrupting
Harry Carson,
the whole field.
Yeah, Pepper Johnson, and Carl Banks.
I mean, that's a pretty damn good core.
That was great. That was a great defense. Man, the Lions did. That Giants
George
defense.
Martin.
Was Parcells used to antagonize Lawrence Taylor by talking. Ricky Jackson he was the first New Orleans Saints and to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he was it was one of the. He had unbelievable numbers that no one ever paid attention because he was down here with the Saints. Until his last season, he went to San Francisco and got a Super Bowl ring. But he was here, and but his numbers were so great. Now in the league, they knew him, and he used to tell Lawrence, all the time. He'd tell LT, said, "Yeah, Ricky Jackson's better than you. He did this. Ricky Jackson did that. Ricky Jackson did this. Yeah, man, I'm talking about Ricky Jackson." And Ricky was a monster. I mean, he was just.
You know how to get his guys motivated, yeah.
I went to see a Seahawks game on my birthday. Wow, cool.
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man.
I didn't know. Hey, Canadian Spidey. What's up, buddy?
How's it going up there in the wilds of Canada? Hopefully it's warmed up there by now.
GF says Lions' entire playbook, give it to Barry. That was pretty much it. And the rest of the league figured out, but he was amazing to watch. Some of the great highlights.
Oh, God, yeah. Just watching with that Jets versus the Jets, and I was a Giants fan. I just went to see with a friend, or basically to see Barry Sanders, and he had some great runs. And just, I mean, plus when you think about it, too, you're playing in the NFL, so you're playing against all these guys that are, got drafted and, top athletes. There's no slouches out there, as much as you say, oh, that guy's a bum. It's, if you tried to run a few, run sprints or do anything against any of these athletes, you'd be left in the wind. So, for someone like that.
With the Lions?
Yeah, went to a Jets game. Jets Lions, yep.
Was that the one? Because it was against the Jets. I'm not sure where it was in Detroit or New York, where he went over 1,000. Went over 2,000. One of his 2,000-yard seasons, when he crossed the 2,000 mark, was against the Jets. I remember watching that game.
I can't remember. I can't remember what.
That might have been in Detroit.
If I saved the ticket stub, but no, this was home. Well, Meadowlands.
Yeah.
He had some amazing runs. And back then the turf was so nasty too. The artificial turf was.
That artificial turf was horrible.
Horrible too. No wonder the guy.
Careers were destroyed on that stuff, especially in Philly.
Oh, it was nasty. Oh, that was it. You're playing on concrete basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. See if I get this right. So this goes in right here, lines up. There we go. All right, getting more batty every step. You guys can't see that. Mm-hmm. So that goes.
The New Jersey Jets, originally the New York Titans.
That's in there.
And now the Jets are a championship team. It's just not since 1968, but they're a championship team.
Yep.
That was 68. Was when you were born.
So I was born in 68.
You know what? I actually remember that Super Bowl.
You remember it? You were like 4 or 5? Or?
Here's what I remember. That day when we were watching it, we were out actually playing horseshoes in the backyard with the house. And the Super Bowl came on. It was wild. I liked to watch football. I didn't understand much. But I knew that the horsies had horseshoes on their helmets.
Okay.
And I wanted them to win, and I just didn't know why. I was, good God, I was 4, whatever, or something.
Yeah.
But I remember watching that freaking game, man.
That's amazing.
I don't know much else about it, but I remember that.
You remember, yeah.
Not super
clear. Yeah, some of those memories, your earliest memories, yeah.
Not super clear.
I remember getting a fight with a kid and throwing rocks at him at like age 3 or 4 and running back in to tell my mom. I don't know, just you have these weird weird memories. And I used to be pretend to be underdog, and I'd try to get my mom's pills. So she had to hide her pills. Of course, you'd never have a superhero with a magic ring with pills in it today or drugs. It's she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you going to my pills?" Because underdog uses his pills to get strong and fly.
Underdog,
yeah.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all rob or plunder. Underdog. I love that show.
Yeah, it's a classic. Yeah.
Like a Canadian Spidey
on the interwebs. Yep.
There's a rumor that Canadian Spider-Man does whatever a Canadian spider can. And he's probably sick of me saying that.
They can spin webs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in the new Doctor Strange movie, they're like, remember the girl goes from his butt. He's like, no, oh god. But that was a joke with. I made that joke with James Cameron when he had Spider-Man with the organic web shooters. I'm like, well, if it's going to be realistic like a spider, it should come out to rear, right?
Yeah, I hate organic web shooters for that reason.
Web shooters, yeah.
I hated that. And you know what? Look, let's be honest.
How to use them.
If Steve Ditko, that guy who created the thing, had created when he created Spider-Man, had made it, organic shooters, I'd have been okay, fine, it's a comic book. It would never bother anybody. But the fact is, that's not the way it should be. And it's kind of, there's a charm to it where he has to, when he runs out of webs and stuff, he has to make his webs to show how smart he is.
He can't afford the web fluid. He's running out of money to make the web fluid.
Yeah. Yep, he runs out. Yeah, I mean, but it shows how smart Peter Parker is that he makes it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always winning the science fairs, and there's something special about him too. Just and of course I guess he's a nerd. If I ask Raquel, I think Peter Parker would be a nerd, right?
I guess he's a nerd because he's sciencey. He thinks you see, you're a nerd and a geek, but I'm just a geek because nerds are smart. I'm stupid, so I'm just a geek.
Don't say that.
But no, it's true. If you're scientifically inclined, or or in some fashion, like you're an engineer and stuff,
to study,
right? And studious, that means you're smart and therefore a geek and a nerd. If you just like silly, just geeky stuff and things like that, but you have the brain the size of a weasel's wedding tackle like me, then you're just a geek. So,
I'd argue about the size of a weasel, but
weasel actually use the Blackadder. A weasel is a wedding tackle. No.
But I'm thinking Peter Parker would be classified as a nerd.
Yeah, he's a nerd.
Well, yeah, but we'll ask Raquel because she's the definitive person on the subject. But I
already know.
Pretty much agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thing about that is, and Raquel, as much as we love you and understand about your whole nerd geek thing, you want stick to your guns forever on it. But the whole world has just gone ahead and accepted the blurred meaning, or have gone ahead and blurred the definition.
That's for sure. Yep.
The only place that you ever hear about it is on Clobbering Times.
Yeah.
Thanks to our wonderful first officer. Well, now and sometimes on this show.
I did send her the link tonight, so you never know.
She should show up.
Let's see here. This goes on the other side, right here. There we go. We got another couple pieces here. Moving right along.
Oh, son, what in the hell?
So what's on Strange New Worlds this week? We know what this plot line is?
Only that it'll be stupid.
Do they have tribbles on yet?
I'm sure it'll happen. I did see someone mention something about the Gorn. I don't know if someone was just making a joke, but watch them have the Gorn. They're going to start having the Gorn on there.
You don't need to have the Gorn. Just
somebody
have
made a Gorn crack.
Race.
They may have been, no, it's good. Well, we know, but dude, they're going to do it.
Yeah, they will.
Why can't we get an Adam Ant series or movie? I don't know, Cavatino. I liked Adam Ant. I remember that cartoon. I remember later when that musician came along, Adam Ant. The first thing popped in my head was, why is everyone talking about that old cartoon?
He's a great singer too.
I didn't know who that was. I just thought it was the cartoon. What the hell? Adamant. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but they don't need to have the Gorn on. Although the Gorn is looking for work. He's been out of work for a while since he was CGI'd into Enterprise. So, but yeah, that just doing it. Well, of course, the problem is it's a retro. I shouldn't say retro series. It's in the past. So, if they introduce a new race, it's like, well, how come we haven't seen that before? That's what's tough about a prequel, right? I mean, of course, Enterprise did it, though. They had those the Xindi, which I didn't like, but then they had that water-based creatures with that ship. That was super cool. I thought they've never had them since.
On what?
On Enterprise.
On Enterprise, the Xindi.
Well, the Xindi.
The Aquatics.
What were the Aquatics called? Weren't they just the Aquatics? Or
the Xindi, but they were called the Aquatics.
The Aquatics, yeah. And there were a bunch of other races in that council, and they were actually used CGI back then.
The Xindi had the insect ones, the arboreals, the humanoids, the reptilians, and the aquatics, and the one race that had died off, the avians.
Yeah, so they did have some cool races that they could have used in Strange New Worlds, with the CGI. The aquatics I thought was so cool. The idea of, an aquatic life form in space, it was wild. And the amphibians were pretty good. Yeah, the insectosaur, it was pretty cool CGI. And that season gets kind of picked on, but I kind of like that third season.
I loved Enterprise. I'll defend it to the death.
And I also like I think maybe it was a little bit better streaming those, that third one back to back. Like if you're watching it, you're not waiting, 8 weeks to see the whole damn thing, and you kind of stream it like a mini movie. It did, in my mind, it played better because I hadn't seen that whole third season. I think I'd missed some episodes.
There were some great episodes. Excuse me. Some great episodes of Enterprise. My favorite episode of Enterprise of all of them was called First Flight. You remember that one?
I'm bad with the titles on Enterprise. What was that one about?
It was like it was the last one, I think. Second last one of the season 2. And Archer and DePaul were in a shuttlecraft and they were mapping, they were just firing off special torpedoes that Trip had made because they thought there was to try to ignite a dark matter nebula. And there was but Archer got some bad news at the beginning of the episode that an old friend of his had passed away, got himself killed. And it turns out he was sad about it, but so T'Pol knew it, so she tagged along, even though he wanted to be alone. And she made him tell him what was wrong. And so he told her the story of 10 years earlier, how the first warp drive space flight.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the warp program.
Flashback, yeah.
Yeah, and he was telling her the story of how he was part of the first team, and it was how he met Trip, and it was how the character played Keith Carradine was, Captain, Captain Robinson, his friend. Although they were adversarial and stuff, but that was a great story. And
that was who got tapped to take the first flight. There was a controversy.
Yeah, and it was going to be like Robinson.
Neil Armstrong, like a Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, it was like the right stuff of Star Trek. It was so good.
Yeah.
For years, because I loved that episode.
Was his father dead at that point, or
his father was already gone?
Was already gone, right? Because his father was the creator of one of the main designers of the engine. If I'm correct, right?
Yes, his father worked with Cochrane on the engine, on that engine that was going to be
the next generation engine.
Was
the first
Warp 5
engine.
Ship to go Warp 2, right? But they were working on Warp 2, yeah.
Yeah,
and they had 2 prototypes, and Admiral Forrest was like Colonel Forrest or whatever, and they it was pretty cool. Trip, it showed how he first meets Trip.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was good. I mean, the episodes were solid. As much as I didn't think he would be a good captain, I thought. And T'Pol, Geoff says when T'Pol gets naked. Well, that was for the decon gel, right?
Not naked, but close enough. Well,
yeah. Well, plus the ladies got a good view too. I mean, it worked both ways with that series. The guys weren't so flabby either. So
yeah.
And Archer was, the volleyball. What was that game where
he liked water polo?
Water polo, yeah. But wasn't it on the desert planet? And it was Clancy Brown was a warlord or something, and they played some type of volleyball game. It was like a Top Gun scene. Those guys were in great shape. I don't know how long they trained for that episode, but they were in great shape for that. So so the ladies got a good view too.
They had but yeah, the First Flight was great. Keith Carradine's really good in it, and it showed that the work like this. Yeah, they had this different type of insignia for the warp program, like an eagle on it, but it was similar to the old Enterprise insignia that I saw. I wanted to get that. I wanted to get that patch. I went everywhere to cons, everywhere trying to find it and I can't go. Oh yeah, I've had that, but it's out of stock. And I can't even order it online.
You just can't get it now.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever been available. I think that was just for the episode. Someone was saying that. Because look, sometimes
they did crew hats. They did crew hats too. Sometimes
at cons you can get every damn patch there is, but Fans make them.
Yeah, I remember I bought a thing patch at the last con, and like, the guy's like, we're out of them, but I'm gonna give you the last one off the bolt, the board, and they have all the patches up. Like,
and that I can't sew anything, so I have tons of patches I would like to sew on my shirts, and I can't because I don't know how to, our coat and jackets. And every year I say, I'm gonna bring this somewhere to get it put on because I never do it.
Or you could make a hat out of it, which is cool. Yeah.
What?
Like patches, like make a custom hat too. If you knew how to sew, yeah. You could put them on hats. Yeah. I did get a couple of. Where did I put those? I got a thing patch, and I got a bunch of patches in the last con. I'm trying to remember where I did.
By the way, you should sew it.
Well, they do have something. They do have something called badge magic, and we use it for scouts. So if you don't know how to sew, it's like a glue for fabric, and you could actually glue the patches on, or glue them on your shirt. Yeah, but
I can't stand those heat glue ones. They don't.
No, it's not heat. It's just like glue. It's no heat, and you just glue the sucker on. You just put a weight on it or something.
So I think you should sew it. No, I'm telling you should sew it.
Oh, I could. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
No, I was trying.
Sometimes what I do is I put that badge magic on and then sew it after, so it gets it to the right spot.
I was trying to trick you into saying "so what," so I'd say that's what I say. It's a Hawkeye thing.
Yeah.
Should I sew it, doctor? I think you should sew it. Nurse would have. So what, doctor? That's what I say.
Yeah. But I'm pumped.
Why should I call you doctor? I'm the surgeon. Remember, he was Yankee Doodle doctor.
Yeah.
He was Groucho as a doctor.
Yeah. That show was great. Don't make them like that anymore.
Mm-mm. They have sensitive humor and stuff. I was just sitting there last night watching some old Norm Macdonald videos.
God bless Norm.
For no particular reason, because they got some guys. They got a channel that has a bunch of them.
It's like a YouTube, not like his old Netflix show or him.
It's like clips of all the stuff. Even Saturday Night Live ones, and let's just like one of them says it's probably the it's probably, and it says this jokes are like this one. It's probably the OJ jokes. It's like 30 minutes of him. It's got all the OJ jokes he made during the trial back in '90, and wow, God, he was brutal. It was fantastic.
Oh, come on, OJ was innocent.
They showed an interview. A couple of the guys at Lauren Michaels, one of the other guys at NBC, he got fired for doing too much on OJ.
Oh, because he was friends with OJ, I think.
Yeah, and he kept telling him, "Cut it out, stop doing it. Tell him, stop saying he's guilty." And he didn't even mince words. He was guilty. He's guilty. He's guilty. Well,
yeah. Think of how popular OJ was back then too. I mean, it's just for you youngins out there, but yeah, everyone loved OJ Simpson, right? He was on. Great broadcaster. I mean, no one knew him personally, but he did that Hertz commercial running through the airport, and the guy had a golden, in the face of it, you think had a golden life. You don't know gossip and what's happening, but I mean, there's not much doubt. But he was found guilty in the civil trial, or found responsible. I guess the civil trial has less burden of guilt. But God, I remember exactly where I was when they announced that verdict. I was having lunch with my dad in a diner in Stanford, and they had it on TV, on the TV in there. I don't think we're surprised, but yeah, that was I don't know. I guess the glove didn't help.
Yes, Kal-El. I was just watching that one again today, actually, with Norm Macdonald on The View. The guy was the funniest one. What's a stupid idiot Barbara Walters? She said, "No, what makes you think? Why would any woman want to be with you with the way you talk like that?" He goes, "Well, I got a lot of money."
Sure, right?
Oh, jeez. Just simply himself. He's the funniest man. One of the funniest. Oh, God. Holy crap. The guy's unbelievable.
Pretty obvious, right? I mean,
at least we get to see one more season of him in the Orville, and that's about it.
Yeah, his voice. Yeah, I guess they're going to have, I'm sure they'll have him. I guess no, but his voice, they didn't record the season. they can't even have a farewell, right? They can't even do like, sometimes you could have someone, record something, knowing that he's leaving, but yeah, they'd know. There's no way
they don't need to replace his voice either. Don't let anyone else yap it.
Because it was so funny. This delivery was just so funny, and then he saved the day in that episode, second to last, the last season. He's the one that gets in, right? He's the one that
he stops. He changed. Yeah,
slides in.
Identity Part 2.
Identity Part 2, right? Yeah.
I just watched that one tonight.
Yeah, did Jill do a review of that one today, or?
I think Jill's been reviewing them.
Yeah, so I don't know if she did that one today, or because she's like, oh, I should have broke. She's like, oh, I should have had them all together, like she did Identity Part. She should have broken it up where the Identity Part 1 and 2 were together.
They must be in different order on the DVDs than they were when they were aired. Because on the DVDs, that's not the end of the season. There are a few more after it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they have the time travel stuff. Yeah.
But also, I haven't even gotten to the one with the iPhone thing yet.
Yeah, because Kelly goes back in time, or the younger Kelly comes to the future.
That's coming up.
Spoilers. Yeah. So yeah, because you thought that would be like the end of the season. But I'm assuming most people. It's been 3 years, so I think people.
I haven't got to that one yet. I'm like I said, I'll be done binging it in a couple of days.
But you've seen it already, though, first time though.
Yeah, but it's been a few years because I was trying to wait for season 3, and they were taking for a damn ever.
Yeah. But so Kelly, the younger Kelly, God, they did that episode so much better than we're thinking about that. One of the newer,
the filth.
Trek. Yeah, so they had the young Kelly. Young Kelly comes, and then what happens is she doesn't want to marry Ed because she knows it's a disaster. So they try to mind wipe her, but it doesn't work. So they never get together. But then, the galaxy is overrun by the Kaylon because Kelly and Ed never got married and divorced. The timeline was changed. That was brilliant too. Where they, normally, you go back in time and everything would be, hunky dory, but she didn't lose her. The mind wipe didn't go the right way because of something. I guess something about her physiology, or I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what it.
I don't know.
There was some explanation. Tomorrow. Yeah, there was some explanation.
It's been a long time since I've watched it because I waited. Like I said, I thought, I have Hulu and never use it, and I got it back because I thought, when I got it back, back when I re-upped it, I figured, they're gonna have getting close to a new Orville season. Now it's been years, and I just forgot I had that thing.
Why is there a heart on the Batwing? Look at this. There's a heart piece. It's like a heart.
I have no idea.
Goes right in here. Yep.
Never seen that piece before. Any sense. That's useless.
Yeah, it goes right.
That's Captain Dunzel right there. I mean,
yeah,
a part that serves no purpose.
Well, I guess it connects the pieces. Yep. On Apollo's minion saying, I saw that someone had found OJ's Broncos. That chase that night, that was my birthday, June 17th. And the Knicks were playing. I'm not a NBA fan, but they were in the finals, I think, against the Bulls. Was it the Bulls? Maybe the year without Michael Jordan. I remember my hoops correctly. And then, my friend Vinny was such a big basketball fan. He was going nuts. Like, show the game. We don't care about OJ. He was losing it. It was funny.
Remember how that guy, some ass called, was it Peter Jennings?
Oh, it was a Baba Booey prank. Yeah,
it was a Baba Booey prank.
Yeah, Baba Booey.
Al Michaels had to tell him about it. And later, back when Stern was still actually funny, trying to turn into a piece of filth. Well, he was always a piece of filth, but he used to be a funny piece of filth. And he had Al Michaels on there telling him, talking about it to him.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, like, what does that mean?
He said, "Baba Booey to yo."
National TV too. God, Howard was so happy about that. It wouldn't be, right? That's great publicity. Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
I met him a few times. He was a nice guy.
Who, Baba Booey?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
When it's a shame he's a nice guy then, because he worked for a piece of garbage like Howard.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was he was at like a local fair, and I shouldn't give too many details, but he was one of our friends is very religious, very church going, and and Baba Booey is at her booth in the fair, the church fair. I'm just thinking, like, I'm sure our friend has no idea who this is, thankfully who Howard Stern is, but and I'm just joking, but I was always thinking, like, this person only knew who you were. I mean, he's such a nice. He was a very nice guy in person, but it was like they only knew who it was. It was like you'd have a heart attack or send him to confession. Either one.
I liked Opie Anthony better.
Yeah,
because they had Jimmy Norton, Patrice O'Neal, and people like that.
Nope, they got knocked off the air for stuff that we can't mention.
Yep. You remember that time? For some reason, it was so stupid that he would go on there, but Donald Rumsfeld went on there, and they had Louis C.K. with him.
Oh, yeah?
Did you ever hear that interview?
No.
It's on Opie and Anthony. And he just written some book. And he was out. I wasn't, he was out. You know how they always get out of
do an interview, promote their book, whatever.
And freaking Kevin, was it what's his face? Louis C.K. kept asking if he was a lizard person, asking him lizard man questions. He didn't understand it.
Yes, I was on the miniseries V. Yeah, the Batwing does have a heart. Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
that is crazy.
That is crazy piece.
I don't understand what that's there for.
I mean, they probably just put random pieces. It connects, so I guess it's got these connectors, so it can connect. But yeah, it looks like, why is there a heart on the
weird wild stuff, dude?
Or they just do it for fun, as the designers. They just throw it in there. Yep. All right. Getting almost done with step 4. Wow, these are long steps too.
Imus, but that was a dude who got himself in trouble too.
Oh, yeah.
It was funny. Even before there was wokeness, you could still get in trouble. I
heard him say that live, and I was like, he's going to be in big trouble for that one. Yeah. And then the governor of New Jersey almost died. They were racing, like the governor was an idiot back then. Was that really uber rich? Well, not that most politicians are uber rich, but he was one of those businessman type that he ran for office. But they would never follow the speed limit or do and he almost got killed. Of course, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. A lot of people got hurt really badly, and they got a major accident on the way to meet Imus. I guess they were having some meeting at. Where was that at? Was it at Rutgers? Were the girls from Rutgers?
Yeah, there were girls. They were Rutgers.
Yeah, so they're going to Rutgers, I think. And of course, he was racing there, and then they, got into that crash. I can't forget the name of the governor back then. It was uber rich. Kind of like like a Donald Trump, guy that just has a ton of money and then runs.
New Jersey governor?
Yeah, wore glasses.
I remember that dude, but I can't remember his name either.
Glasses, yeah. Someone will help us in the chat, maybe.
Russ used to make fun of him.
Yeah. But, actually, I have, my dad bought it. I met Don Imus as a kid because he went to our church. His wife went to our church. Mm-hmm. And my mom knew him through the, the women's club at the church.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was doing
a young wife?
Well, that was his first wife. I was only like 10 at the time, I guess. So I don't know how hot she was, but
later he got a hot young wife.
Yeah, we always do, right? They get and so he was doing a TV show in Cleveland. I think he got fired at that point.
Corzine. Thank you.
Governor Corzine. Thank you. Yep. Thank you, GF. Yep. And so allegedly the insurance company told me I had to sell all his motorcycles if he was doing a TV show because he couldn't have motorcycles. He had about 10 or 12 motorcycles, so we bought a nice Honda motorcycle that I still ride from Imus, of course. Before he, really went off the rails, it maybe would have been worth more when not that it matters, but his public persona and image, really went down after that incident. So he apologized for it, and
yeah,
I don't think he was me personally, I don't think he was a bad guy. Sometimes you say things and you don't, God, we're on YouTube all these hours, you got to be careful too. If you slip up or say something, you try to tell a joke and
Steve Mitchell
doesn't go the right way. Hey, Steve, Maddie's daddy's here.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
How's it going?
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on, duder? Just hanging out. Hanging out. Yep. Where's my family? Oh, sorry, you don't know that song. You're lucky you've never seen Birdemic.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
Good. You're better for it. Unlike you, I don't try to talk people into reading or watching things.
Yeah, I was trying to talk clever times. I was just suggesting. I didn't say you had to. I suggested you read the Jason Aaron Thor run, the first few issues at least, just to get a handle of all the Thor stuff that's coming. So,
Script Doctor, what's up, dude?
Hey, Script Doctor. Yeah, because I think that I remember reading that when that run first came out, and I really liked it. And you didn't know there was going to be a quote unquote new Thor until issue 25, and he's fighting Gore, and they're going back. I was showing you that first issue last night. They're going back in time. It's a young Thor, and then they're going into the future when he's the last person, the last surviving Asgardian. Kind of dystopian, but it was pretty cool. I thought.
Yeah, but dude, people who do love that story are about to have it crapped all over them by a stupid Taki Waititi woke titty with Thor blunder. So if you are a fan of that story, don't expect them to do it right, because they're about to do what they do to all these Marvel stories that they cherry pick different pieces from, and when they mess around with the bare bones of that story and that character are going to be in the movie. The rest is just going to be Thor's a clown and women, girl power, and everything else.
Yeah, because I think you're 100% right. Because he's kind of more of a joke, not a joke, but he's, as a young Thor, he's not as serious, and he's joking, or I should say, joking around, and he's kind of frivolous. But that makes sense as a younger god, and then he doesn't think anyone can touch him because he's the mighty Thor, and it was just I got to reread that, but I remember really liking it, as a series, and it was. Interesting, character development, and then it showed, he growing from the young Thor to the older Thor. He did grow as a character, and Gore was a terrifying, creepy character. But it's good to kind of read that stuff. But you're right, like what they did to, Planet Hulk. God, that was such a great book to read. And then they butchered all the characters. Meek, Meek is a turncoat, and then he's a nasty SOB, Meek, and Korg is not a joke. I mean, the Wahidi with, it's funny with the voice like that, with that, ridiculous voice with the big, the character. But weren't they originally from Saturn when they first came? Were they from Saturn?
I don't know, but I remember them from Planet Hulk and World War Hulk, and they watch them. The next one, they'll try to rip off World War Hulk, and they won't do anything with that either. Well, they've already messed with Planet Hulk, so they probably won't.
But when Thor finds the hammer, when Blake finds the hammer, I just messed that up. It's isn't that weren't they originally written as beings from Saturn?
Yeah, you mean the Lava Men?
Lava Men, yeah, weren't they from Saturn?
Yeah.
That's who Korg is supposed to be. That race, I think, isn't it?
He's supposed to be of the Lava Men people from what I remember, right?
That's what I thought. That was in
Journey into Mystery 83.
83, yeah. I have that. No, I don't. Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm joking. You have a facsimile.
I have a reprint of it.
Yeah.
But who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. They probably won't show Hercules. If they do, he'll be a joke.
Oh yeah, would Herc be in that? I wonder.
I don't know.
I mean, they've got Zeus, so
Christian Bale is. I guess he's a good actor, can do anything, but I don't know why you're wasting him on this villain who's not going to be what he was. However, you guys liked him in the comic Gore, he's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
He's probably going to tell jokes and stuff like that.
I hope not, but yeah, you're probably right.
They'll be all jokey like the rest of the, and I used to defend the Marvel movies a little bit when people would complain about wisecracks and the quippy stuff. I go, well, if you ever read Marvel comics, they do make wisecracks all the time, and it's true.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, Spider-Man, right? What's one of the great things about Spider-Man?
It's still a little bit different from watching it when every single damn time they do it. Like, all right, look, time and a place. Oh man, I think they avoided Bale for being Beta Ray Bill because his price tag is a bit too high for Marvel. He said, I get anybody can play Beta Ray Bill since he's going to be an alien anyway. But yeah, Bale could have certainly done it, man.
Yep.
Met him a one-off as the God Killer, right? Yeah, that's probably the way it is. Script, sure. I'm sure it is that way. Yeah. It's just, again, I think I've lost it. I think I know J-Man's going to want to review the movie.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to set up all right, look, and again, like I've always tell you, I got my friend Chris that it's an event thing for us to go see all the superhero movies together. It's the only thing we get to go do together because it's so far away from each other. And, he can't make it all the time. I mean, he can't really make it himself. So
physically, it's not.
Physically, he can't get there. So he can, but it's not good for him. So
not easy, right? Yeah, not easy.
I'll probably go with him. And so it means I'll go ahead and review the movie since they went to all that trouble to making it and everything.
They made it just for you.
Yeah, they made it just so I can review it right now. So, it'll be fun hanging out with you and J-Man and stuff to review it, but I don't care about. I'm lost my excitement for these movies, and I had a lot of excitement for them. I was even trying to talk myself into being excited, just because it was fun having these movies to be excited about. The Stone Men, that's right, not the Lava Men. Lava Men were in Avengers.
Stone Men, yeah.
Stone Men. Thank you, Maddie's daddy.
Yep, we're not stoned.
So
that's what I was thinking. That's who Korg's. So when they made him a joke, I was like, "What the heck is going on? He's not a joke."
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. But like you said, they just took a piece of Planet Hulk and put it in Jagnarok.
Yeah.
The more I thought Ragnarok was fun at first. The more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. I mean,
well, it'd been fun if they had ended it there, but then the jokes just kept flying, So that's the problem. It just it just became the shtick.
Well, I think it's retroactively a problem because it's fine. It was him falling down. He got back up at the end, and then in Infinity War, it continued his upward arc, and then in Endgame, they just whacked him right back in the ass and knocked him back down all over again. So that you have to wait till the next movie for him to go through another growth arc, and that was aggravating, but in itself may not be that bad. Except we all know this movie's going to be about girl power.
Yeah, and how does she become Thor?
How does she become Thor? That's what I want to know. I got to see how they explain
Fury.
that.
There's no I am not worthy. Gore was right. Oh, sorry,
no Nick Fury stuff.
Work.
Yeah,
if you haven't read it, so
you showed me. So no, I don't know how she's gonna end up with the Mjolnir. Obviously, there's what's his face, the elf, the troll, whatever, the elf, not the elf. I keep saying elf.
Malekith or Gore?
No. What's his name? Peter Dinklage. Is he going to make a new one?
Or do they repair Mjolnir somehow?
Repair, I guess.
Do they They get because the pieces are still there, right?
I guess they got the pieces of it.
But Odin is dead now too. So
Odin's dead.
Wasn't Odin's? Didn't Odin put an enchantment on Mjolnir to give it its power?
I don't know.
I thought that was part of the lore.
Oh, I know what's going to happen. Oh crap! I just figured it out. Oh God! Remember, she's not a nurse like in comics. She's a scientisty thingy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's not a nurse.
She's going to go to Norway, and she's going to find those pieces.
As an archaeologist, yeah, because that was what she was doing.
She's going to be able to detect it with her sciencey stuff.
And Kat Denning.
And she and Kat Denning. Well, at least we get to look at her. She's going to find those pieces. And I don't know how exactly they're going to explain it, but it's going to reassemble itself and give itself to her because she's so worthy-ish. Yeah, remember, she did have the ether inside of her at one point. It's gonna react to that. It's gonna be something goofy like that.
Which ether did she have in her?
Remember, she had the ether inside of her, like in the dork world.
It's been so long since I saw that I can't remember.
It was the ether. It was that stuff that energy or something that she absorbed and almost killed her or whatever.
Interesting.
Oh, sorry, Geoff. They said super. In the preview shows hammer Jane Foster has cracks. Yeah, I saw that. But what does she do? So you think she uses super glue? I got you. No, we always listen to you, Geoff. I do. Mark's busy playing with this damn.
Yeah, Lego. I can't see the look at the chat once in a while.
Okay, I'll look at the chat for you. I'll handle the chat. But yes, Geoff. You're probably right. Super glue.
I got lots of super glue, yeah.
No, it wasn't really Ragnarok at all. That's true. It wasn't even really Ragnarok. He's right. Jane will find, here's the script says, a physics solution to restore Mjolnir and Hammer will claim she's worthy as a result. I think you're bang on. Yeah, thanks, script. That's going to be something silly like that.
Yep. Yeah, because in the comics, what happens is Nick Fury whispers in Thor's ear that Gore was right. You're not worthy. Gods are not worthy. And then Thor loses his, which I thought was super ridiculous.
Really
that was stupid. So Nick Fury whispering in Thor's ear.
Then he can't pick confidence.
up the. Yeah, and he can't pick up the hammer anymore.
Dumb. But that explains how he gave it to Jane Foster.
And so what happens is Jane Foster is Mjolnir calls to Jane Foster, which makes no sense to me. And
Jesus
calls her out and transports her to the moon. I think it was a blue area of the moon where the hammer was there for I'm trying to remember. It's been years since I read this. And then the hammer calls out to her, and then she's able to pick up the hammer. So craziness, yeah.
Well, whatever. Whatever. It's gonna be poo-poo.
But when the comics first came out, no one knew it was Jane Foster too, which was the interesting. That was supposed to be the interesting tag to it. Trying to figure out who was the new Thor. So
when Gary retweets you go viral on YouTube. Well, I think it was getting it before that. The thing I tweeted out last night about that stupid Collider article.
Oh, Gary tweeted it?
Gary retweeted it. Gary saw it and went, ha, Collider, because he hates Collider.
He hates Collider.
That was pretty funny. And so Collider, maybe they'll probably take my video down because I'm being mean to Collider, because they have a channel,
You're being mean to that poor person.
I just realized
how they not to know that Steve Ditko didn't,
Yeah, I probably should have made that video because we'll get in trouble because Collider's going to see it and whine about it. Not that it won't never. Not that they know my Live Nothing channel. I'm just saying it'll get out there because I put Collider in the title.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that garbage. That is so stupid. They deserve. I don't care, man. They deserve to be called out for something that moronic.
Yeah, right.
Because reason. Look, I don't mean to harp on it, but I'm just saying the information's right there. Whoever. I don't know how their site works. But when they get that article together, right? When you see that written in the article, who puts the picture up, right? And then writes the text. You don't look at the picture and look at the text and say, wait a minute, these names don't match up. You're putting Steve Ditko when everybody knows. I mean, how have you ever read a Fantastic Four comic if you think Steve Ditko created them instead of Jack Kirby?
And you got to check that too. I mean, you got to
check it out. You go, oh, oops, somebody. How could you even accidentally write Steve Ditko?
Yeah.
That is mind-boggling to me. That's why I was jokingly saying when that was going on, I was saying, somebody's trolling me. Come on.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Yeah. So everyone must be commenting on the video now. That's cool.
I say that a lot too, Kal-El. Exactly. I love my boy Michael French and Retroblasting, but I say, oh, yeah, don't start none, won't be none. People people love to start it and then blame it on you for starting it.
And then Michael doesn't back down either, God. I don't want to ever get on his bad side.
He does not. He goes after you.
It's like an old video popped up, and it was talking about the Repro Toy Wars, and God, I mean, I love collecting toys, but all the Star Wars stuff and all the people there, I guess all the drama and threats, and he put up a chat, I guess, this was a couple of years ago, but I was reading it, and I thought, oh, is this a new video? And it was a couple of years old, but he's just laying the guy out, and he doesn't take no quarter. I should call him no quarter retro people. Yeah, but it's hard to believe from from toys. You think that the
toy people are crazy, dude. I mean, comics people are crazy.
Yeah,
toy people are worse because I thought that too. And Michael's told me, he says, "No, dude, you don't." I'm telling you, toy people are worse.
Yeah,
and look, we love toys, but look, I guess maybe it makes sense that they're they're for kids, even though we love them. So maybe that makes them act like children. I don't know. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I guess I'm doubly whacked because I like comics and toys,
but we don't.
Right?
Well, yeah, me too, though. But we don't act. Not everyone who likes them acts like those morons. It's just some do.
God. All right, another piece of the.
That's true, Cal. Look at that. We're getting a Batwing here.
Let's see. I hope I did it right.
We're getting batty. Form of a bat.
Batwing.
I shall become a Batwing. Legos are cowardly, superstitious lot.
Right?
Wow.
Let's go here.
I guess the colors would help you to find different pieces.
Yeah, help you to find things too. Yeah, I think it's just for the colors are just for fun. Yeah, they don't really do anything, but
indeed, Cal, the Repro Cops video, yeah.
Oh, look at do not tell anyone.
What's that?
I never put these on Uhura, but these are Repro boots for my Uhura figure.
I love Repro.
So I gotta do. I was gonna do a Mego video, but I gotta.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, well, I have some dioramas, and I gotta fix her hair.
Dedicated to Raquel.
Yeah, but the original boots were like $40, and the Repro boots were $10 or whatever. Go back up to Captain P Hard there, and these who the hell's gonna tell the difference? So yeah, I got them hiding in my Ben Gribb mug here for when I do it. But got some got some jerseys. You don't have this mug?
Hell no. Is that
the Plaza,
ceramic?
Plaza. No, it's plastic.
It looks like plastic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Plaza. Yeah. My kids used it. I had it for it was a juice cup for their little kids. Yeah.
Team America toy fans versus Evil Knievel toy. The Team America toy from the old Marvel comic, or the Team America from the puppets? I think he means Team America from the old Marvel comics, huh?
Probably, yeah.
I remember the comic. Was there a toy line? I didn't realize it.
I don't remember.
Wait a minute. Was there a toy line with that?
Don't remember on that one.
The Team America comic, but we joke around about it.
That was the motorcycle guys, right?
Yeah.
Way before motorcycles.
Way before the South Park guys did that.
Yeah, Team America World Police. Yeah,
that's not that. Yeah, but I didn't know there was a toy line. I knew there was a. Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, there were no puppets in that.
Was there a toy line there? The comics. Okay. Team America toy fan. But yeah, you wrote toy fans versus Evel Knievel toy fans, Chris. I know the comics. I don't know. Okay. The comic was made to sell the toy, but was there a Team America toy line? I don't remember there being.
I don't remember Team America toy line.
Because we're doing a show, a retro blasting Iconicon video, panel for toy comics. I do remember the Team America comic. I just don't remember there being a toy line. He said it was made to sell the toy. The comic was. Well, I've never heard. Okay, like Mike, I hear you, but I don't remember it. Now I'm going to add that to my research.
Someone can search for it. Yep, but don't use Google. Use if Raquel is listening. Yeah. That comic book didn't last that long. Anyway,
no, 11 issues.
Right.
You know why? Because the issue 11, I think, said last issue. A collector. It said, I used to say like because you demanded it. Issue number 1. Yeah. So last issue because you demanded it.
Yeah. Is that a sense of humor? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay. From Ideal. Yeah. There you go. Team America.
Like you can share the screen if you want, quick, and show it up. Yep.
They looked a lot like Yeah, there you go. See, I don't remember the toy line at that point. I wasn't buying toys. I just remember the comics. So, I tell you what, you did me a great service, Geoff.
Well, yeah, that's going to be in the Retro Blasting show now.
Oh yeah, it will be.
I don't remember that one. And Jeff's a longtime comic collector too. So.
Well, yeah, like I said, I guess I don't know as much about toys, but I do know about. I'm there to handle the comics end of it. So, Ideal also did the Evel Knievel toys.
Yeah, so the Evel Knievel had that wind up toy. I guess that wouldn't be considered a toy comic. What I mean, you were talking about.
I'm gonna show the Evel Knievel toy. I am going to show the Evel Knievel freebie. They did a freebie comic.
Yeah. Is that Team America or is that? Oh, yeah. So it is the Evel Knievel toy. It's the spinning wheel.
It's like it,
so just rebranded.
Made by the same people.
Yeah, it's just rebranded. Yeah. See, I had the Turbo Tower
Power.
Different,
though. They have more characters.
Yeah, yeah.
It is definitely.
But it was an easy repaint. Is an easy repaint and resculpt, I guess. Yep.
Right.
That's what they do. But see, that year Santa Claus was out of Evel Knievel figures. So my mom told me because Santa Claus was out of the figure, Evel Knievel. I got the Turbo Tower Power STTP Turbo Tower
Captain
Power.
America with Team America.
Oh,
now I do remember this.
You don't have that one?
No, I was 16. I wasn't getting any toys at that point. You know what I mean?
That's wild. That must be cost a pretty penny these days because I'm sure that wasn't a popular toy with the comic book tanking. I mean,
Cal said, "Clobby, will your panel also cover some of the mini comics that came with the toys, such as the Superpowers or even Masters of the Universe?" It will, yes, sir. I'll be touching upon that. And I don't know what the other guys are bringing to the table. I suspect they're all younger than me, like to the point where they're going to be talking about some of the comics that they, I'm going to let them handle some of the ones from the later 80s. And I'll handle the earlier ones. But then again, it won't be just me, Cal. So there'll be I have Michael and some other people being there. So I'll get in everything I can get in, and I'll let them get theirs words in too. So we'll see what we'll get. But this is invaluable right here because I already planned to talk about Evel Knievel.
That's great. Yeah, it's a good find.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't remember that
Thanks
toy
to
line.
Jeff,
I remember Geoff is a superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, not saying I wouldn't. I don't know. Someone wouldn't have mentioned it. One of the other guys might mention it.
No, but you don't want to miss anything too for a panel like that. Also, so then
Night JPRPH.
Take care.
by the way.
Thanks for hanging. We'll be done with this in about 30 more hours of building. We'll finish step 4 tonight at least. Yep.
There's my Marvel Comics binder. Dude, I would stare at this sucker all day in school and do nothing but just. That's how it folded.
You wouldn't stare at the girls. Like you'd stare at the.
Well, I'm talking about in class. Well, yeah. This is how it folded out. That was I guess, a binder or whatever.
Yeah, like a trapper keeper kind of.
Yeah. How about that? But I didn't have this one. I had this one here with the multi covers. I love them.
So is it a 3-ring binder, or is it a?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, to put your, like a. Before the trapper keeper.
See, it was fold out like that. So I can't. Oh man, I don't know. I love it. I wish I still had one of those. Wish they'd make a new one like that.
You could find one on the eBays. Yeah. Must be tough, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. It's only 1975.
Yeah.
76. Wow. That's only one. You almost got that whole box done.
Yeah, almost the whole box. And I get really nervous when we get to the end of the box. It's like, I hope all the pieces are here. No missing pieces. Yeah. Please, no missing pieces. Yeah.
Yep. Bang, 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 bang. Wow. Look at some. He needs some. He needs some Batwing music, theme music.
Yeah, I should have some Batwing.
He's you guys think he needs some?
Who wants to write a theme song for me?
You guys think he needs some building music?
There we go. Yeah. It's too bad YouTube doesn't have a license for like some really cool music. Like, just pay the artist, right? It'd be wild if they had.
It'd be cool. There you go.
There you go. Yep.
That's building music. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Let's see. How
about Bob the Builder?
They don't give you much on here,
They don't. Yeah.
They don't let you put anything on there.
Not yet. Eventually, maybe they will. But yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Batwing building music. He can go real fast and up in his face, everybody. How about night driving? That's there. That's weird.
That's the word, yeah. Keyboard, yep.
That
just knocked the Gorn over. I just put the Gorn to sleep.
One more. Try one more. See if this is any good. So weird. Why would they? I mean, does anyone use that?
I think people do. Like, actually, if I was doing this, alone, or like a,
it'd be
like a build thing, and you're not talking as much, but can you control the volume on it? Or
yes, you can hear it.
You can control the volume, right?
Look at Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
What you do, Courtney? What you do? Let's see here. So yeah, you got Luffy, Lofi. Like, let's see here. Here's daydreaming. See, it does have volume. Let's see.
There you go. Okay. Oh, so you can put it on pretty low if you want. Yeah, but then you can't hear it either.
No, but I think the audience can though.
Yeah.
How are you all hearing that out there? Let us know. I mean, how loud is that? Because we don't know. We're on this side. Is it loud? Is it like a?
I can hear it really faintly.
I can hear it. I could hear it, but I turned it real low. Boom, boom. Anybody? How's the sound, everybody? I'm turning it off in a second. Don't worry. I'm not trying to aggravate you all. We're just like a test.
This is a test of not the emergency broadcast.
They never had those. It's not too loud but audible. Okay. Yes. This concludes our broadcast evening. Wah, 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 wah. This station will cease its broadcasting for the night.
Please remember that? God.
Yes, but and then they have like some religious show. Or we had this preacher that would come on like at 2 or 3 in the morning. It's weird how. Yes, they used to end the broadcast day, and there would always be like a preacher or something, like and of course,
or the flag, national anthem.
And then they would have the national anthem, and
at the end. Yep.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy
Back in the good old days.
Yep.
When the TV stopped broadcasting, right?
Yeah. It started back at like what, 6 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
5, 6 in the morning, whatever it was.
But you just get that test pattern screen, on your
on
your TV. I think they would broadcast. Yeah, a lot of times they would just sometimes it was static, but other times it would have been just that test, that test screen.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Crazy stuff.
So we got that. Yeah, I guess if I was here alone, you have the music. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you'd want to have some cool music though too. It's like I'd want to have 70s rock fan radio. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Mead After Dark radio. Yeah, you can't.
I love when Mead's on. I love Midnight Suns After Dark, or when 70s does his stuff's cool.
Yeah, he had a good stream last night. Yeah. But sometimes I don't talk in the chat. I feel bad, but just like sometimes you think you're going to bed right away. Like I'm not going to say anything, and then you stay up, later.
Courtney's got to go. I'll spend a stream and I have to get ready. Oh, you're going to stream late tonight, huh, Court? Okay.
Yep. Well, everyone we'll probably be on here just a little bit more, I think.
We'll have a good one,
go catch Courtney. Yep.
Everyone, go catch Courtney. Unlike Mark with a C, I think you forgot the D, who never stops broadcasting.
Yeah. 24/7 G off, yep. Just on air all the time, yep.
Yepper.
never leave, yep. Let's see, which way does this go? Like that. Got to use geometry and stuff here too. Well, this is complicated. So, I just say, GF, you're going to see Star Trek, the motion picture on Wednesday night?
Is he?
No, I'm asking. Yeah, I'm asking. You should go see if it's playing in up in your area.
Ton Kirshner's rock concert. Good one, GF. Remember the day when I actually saw a channel sign off with the Star Spangled Banner? I think it happened at 3 a.m. during the 90s. Yeah, it used to be roundabouts there, depending on the channel.
Yeah, but everything is 24/7. I don't think any channels go off the air now, right? I mean, they just
no.
They're on.
Well, then it was the big thing was infomercials.
Yeah. All right, so this here we're getting towards the end of part number 4. So this goes
in the midnight special. I remember all those old late shows like CBS Late Night and ABC Late ABC,
yeah, the late show. Yep, and they the movies on. Well, there's always insomniacs out there, or people work the night shift too. So
yeah,
a lot of people work. We need people to work at night. Yep. Yeah, my cousin was a cop, and he would work for years. You worked the night shift, so.
Only the even number Star Trek movie. Not. Only the even. That's the myth, and that's not. I'm sorry. I hate to disagree with the G-Up. That's not true. That's a popular pop culture myth that does not work. Star Trek: The Motion Picture is a great movie. Star Trek 3
especially
is a
the
great
new
movie.
one. Yeah. Yep.
3 is a great movie. You can criticize. 5 can get some criticism, but when people say that, I'm like, I don't. Look, I can understand you may not.
Well,
They love
popularity wise, it's probably
they love
correct.
2 so much. 2 is a great movie.
Yeah.
4 is great. Has its, it's not pure Star Trek, but it's fun. Star Trek 6 is deeply, horribly flawed, and not better than 3 or 1 in my opinion. But that's popular misconception amongst people who aren't like hardcore Trek, I guess.
Well, 6 when it came out, I love 6, but there's a difference between.
I'm working on ruining it for you.
You're trying to ruin it for me. Yeah. Objectively reviewing it and kind of, God, when I first saw that movie, I love that movie. So, but I can see, yeah, I agree. There's a couple of things going on there that probably, in retrospect, weren't so great, but just love the idea of that, the murder mystery, and it was an interesting Trek episode. It was more like played out more like an episode, actually.
Jeffrey, no, ways. I didn't say 3 was a good movie. I say great movie. I love it. Saw it 15 times in theater in 1984. Loved every inch of it. It's pure character stuff. Trek. And yes, it's taking. It was mop up from it was continuation from a story that probably had a bad decision in killing Spock in the first place. But I love it. Yeah, I love 3. Yes, stand by that. Do you dislike 3, Mark?
No, I like 3. Yeah, I remember when was Ghostbusters playing against Star Trek 3?
Yeah, the same year.
Yeah, so my buddies, I'm like, I want to go see Star Trek 3. Like, no, we're going to see Ghostbusters. I lost that argument. I did see 3 eventually. I think what happens is too the casting of guy from Taxi, unfortunately, Reverend Jim. I mean, he's a great actor as he is, and I think he's good in the role. It just kind of pulls you out of the role.
Not me.
Not you, but I think it pulls you out. But
I love Krug.
He's good in it, but I think at some points he does pull you out a little bit.
And I saw him in 2 great movies that year, Star Trek 3 and Buckaroo Banzai.
Yep. Now 3 is 3 holds up now in time. I think when it was out, I think it was Khan was just so popular, and it was just such a huge hit.
Wow.
And
Raquel would not like seeing that. Right? She's saying black to Robin Curtis.
Oh yeah, she likes Robin. Her friend likes Robin Curtis.
She loves. I like Robin. I mean, I
Kirsty was good too.
I love Kirsty.
Kirsty,
and I would have I would rather have had her back.
Yeah.
Even though I know Raquel doesn't agree with that, just because for continuity's sake, you got the same actress. But I thought it wasn't Robin's fault that she left. So I thought Robin did a great job, considering.
Well, I think Kirsty wanted more money, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know. I think so.
I think that's what happened. Yeah, she wanted.
And again, Savick is a decent part of the film, but it's not like she's one. We had one of the main characters recast or anything. It's not that important. Yeah. Recasting is
No, yeah, and she did an okay job. Yeah, I mean, Kirstie Alley obviously was that was she originated the role and was very, very cute, and but of course she didn't know anything about Star Trek, so
no,
I mean, no concept of what
she didn't care.
Oh, here I found I'm looking for a bookmark. What should I use here? Did anyone tell me how to pronounce this actor's name? Griffard? Is it Ion?
Ion Griffard. I've never been.
Ion. How do you say his name? It's like Mjolnir.
Jon Griffard. Jon Griffard. Jon Griffard. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to pronounce anyone's name wrong, but
yeah, I love Lloyd as Commander Krug. I think it was perfect. I love that movie unreservedly. I'm not saying it's better than Wrath of the Khan, but it's a wonderful follow-up to it. And we got to see them, our wonderful friends, these friends, I love the story.
Well, the characters are great. The characters are you just love seeing those characters. So
that's true.
And they get them right.
Very quotable. A lot of great scenes in it. Stealing the Enterprise. just to go save their friend.
Gang's all back together. Yeah. Now, where's my? I gotta have a Ben Grimm one in this set.
Give me Genesis. I have had enough of you. Over there, all but cook. You will give me the secret of the Genesis torpedo. I have no knowledge. But I hope pain's something you enjoy.
Uh-oh. I better burn that.
Oh, destroy.
Get ready for 2013's most anticipated film. June 14th in theaters. There you go. Well, yeah, because the comic book shop, you get all the tchotchkes and bookmarks. And, I wonder how much Miles Morales is worth now. I'm looking for I gotta have Ben Grimm in here. I want to use the Ben Grimm. I can't find the Ben Grimm bookmark. My Ben Grimm bookmark. I bought all these. Well, yeah, because I had the whole. By
Steve Ditko.
By Steve Ditko. I don't know where. From the movie. I don't know where my Ben Grimm is. All right. Well, we'll use. Who should we use for the bookmark?
That's true, Geoff. She was supposed to be Savick in Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
And I love Kim Cattrall, by the way. But Roddenberry didn't want them doing that to Savick. Which, I got to be, and again, there are a lot of things I can't stand about Undiscovered Country, and that is another one of them, where making Vulcan, in this case,
telling a lie,
being a traitor. I just hate everything about it. I hate so much about that movie, and that's another thing I hate.
But, I mean, a Vulcan could be corrupted, I guess, right? They're not robots. I mean...
Well, when did it happen? Before this?
Well, we're only seeing that slice of Star Trek, but...
Cybok? Okay, yeah, but at least he had an excuse. He'd given up...
Given up
emotions.
Emotions, yeah. Or he
was crazy.
Embraced his emotions, yeah.
Right.
But, there's... I don't want to let you ruin another movie for me, but
I'm ruining that.
There's parts that are
all the political crap in Trek 6 was garbaggio.
But see, at the end of the Cold War was ending there too. So, but now we're full circle again with
snatched from
unfortunately with Russia, Russia, back in the Cold, it's like we've got the Cold War is back again, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
But all right, well, here we got part 5. We got Sue Storm marking the page here, so it doesn't take me 5 minutes to mark the page. So, if we look at the book, we're on page 124, and we've got to go to page 354. That's the stand. So the Batwing is actually.
Yeah, but Jeffrey, that was a piece of trash doing that to Jim Phelps. So I don't buy it. I hate that. Of course, I hate Tom Cruise anyway. So that movie, that horrible, stupid Mission Impossible movie with him in it, the first one or any other one, is non-starter to me anyway. But when I heard that they turned Jim Phelps into the bad guy, that was absolute filth to destroy that show like that, to attack that show. They could have made their dumb movie remake without destroying Jim Phelps. Well, they didn't because it's not the real Jim Phelps, but it's still insulting to the character. So I'm not with you on that one, Geoff, because I don't accept that with Jim Phelps. He's not a bad guy.
Well, it's tough whenever they change things like that with a character you know and love, and it's like just do a new character, do a different character. Don't mess up your legacy character just to shock the audience or there's no reason to do that. So it's there we go. So that's what if they'd made Kirk or Spock a bad guy at one point, that would be really really frustrating. So I wasn't a huge Mission Impossible fan growing up. I've only watched a few of the episodes of the TV show. Yeah. So but yeah, Clobberin Times is not a fan of Tom Cruise, so he's not going to see new movie this week that's coming out. Yep. So you'll definitely not be there on opening night. Yeah.
Nope. And neither will
Top
you,
Gun.
right?
Yep.
Why did it open today? It was like a limited showing.
Oh, I think it was. They must have had like a limited engagement. Is my guess.
Cavatina was talking about how, because Eddie Murphy was considered to be in, they were going to try to put him in Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
It would have been a disaster, I think. And it would be the same along the lines of what, Richard Pryor being in Superman 3. The only difference is maybe better writers, maybe would have been able to make him funny. But I'm so glad they didn't do that.
It would have taken over the movie too, I think, maybe in the wrong way. If it was a cameo, maybe for like one scene, might have worked. But it's Eddie Murphy is just an uncontrollable force of nature. I mean, he's amazing. So I can't see him being second fiddle in that movie. But I guess with good writers, maybe. But my guess is it wouldn't have turned out that well.
And you never know.
But he did love Star Trek, though. He wanted to be in it.
He was a Trek fan. Yeah, I mean, he would have been going along with anything they wanted to do.
Yeah, but you got to write it.
Just collecting a paycheck with Superman.
You got to write it. You have to have good writers or something like that.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. But it's all what ifs. But no, I mean, I saw Star Trek 6 opening night, obviously, like you did, and had really liked it that opening night, and I can concede some flaws, but I just love the ending of the movie, and that send off to the cast was great, and it's kind of a sad night in some ways too. And then
there are things I liked in it.
Yeah, no, you said we talked about it, but then we got the next movie was such a mess. Generations was so there's a little bit of truth to the the even ones are more popular, I have to say, but I love Star Trek the motion picture.
I think it's mythological.
Yeah, the going to see it again, I think money wise, I think that kind of holds, and it's kind of like that, things get take on popular opinion, and it's not 100% right but I mean, a lot of Star Trek fans don't like the first movie, but I think that director's cut does such a great job of pulling it all together and tightening it up, and God, it was great. Well, and Christian Slater's cameo didn't detract. It was just like a fun. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was all right.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of it gave me some fun because when Sulu tells him, "You have hearing problems, Mister," I couldn't help but yell, "No, he has acting problems." His mommy got him in the movie. It's true, by the way.
That's true. Yeah. Well, heck, my mom can get me in a Star Trek movie. I'd be pulling those strings too. So,
yeah.
But she was a casting director, or she was.
She was. Yep. How do you think you got into movies?
Yeah, well, that always helps to have family get you in, right?
That's how most people do get in Hollywood. It's nepotism of different forms.
Yeah. Well, it's just like any business, right? I mean, you got someone who's a dentist, and their son's a dentist, or daughter's a dentist. It's a legacy there. So yeah, if you got an in, parents always help. So yeah, so if you got someone in Hollywood, right, like Nick Cage, right, he's got a famous famous uncle,
Nick Coppola.
Nick Coppola. Yep. So, I mean, there's always your favorite guy, Jar Jar Abrams. His dad was in Hollywood, so
I think he was related to was it the Abrams who did they make Airplane?
I'm not sure about that. I thought his dad had a Hollywood background.
He was a producer or something like that, and one of those guys. They made like the Airplane films and stuff.
Okay, the Airplane movie. Okay. Yep.
Before he destroyed their name. So they made good stuff before he started making garbage.
And he did Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford. I think it was his first script that he wrote. Yeah. So, but it definitely helps having that.
It is. Look, we like to call it "Where No Mad Has Gone Before," Jeffrey.
Yeah.
As a joke, it is not an exact ripoff of it. It is definitely reminiscent of it, but and probably not. It would probably you could have done something different with the story that would have worked better. But at least it's more like Star Trek than some of the others because it's just about it's about concept and ideas and stuff like that. But no, I mean, look, I'm not. I don't defend them adapting uh, the Changeling or like being derivative of the Changeling, but Star Trek always does that. I mean, Star Trek, like anything else, does feed upon itself and repeats itself sometimes. And I still thought they did a good job with it, but I don't disagree that it does borrow. It's not a ripoff. That all that much of it, it does borrow some stuff from it, though. Yeah.
Well, it was an interesting. The Changing was a good episode, I thought, to begin with.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great episode.
And then, yeah, it is true. But I think Jeff, I don't know if you've seen the director's cut yet, but it really tightens up the movie. And of course, the new special effects are gorgeous. And we were talking about this one of the other streams where if you go through the movies, this is actually the most Star Trekian theme in the movie because you've got exploring unknown in the galaxy, what this probe is. If anything, Save the Whales is a ripoff of the first movie in a lot of ways, in terms of the plot. With that probe coming, that's going to destroy Earth unless it gets a reply back, right? So V'ger's looking for a reply, but they have
but yes,
but it's a different framework. So the second movie is a pure revenge movie. It's not really a Star Trek story in terms of exploration or themes or sci-fi themes. It's basically just all out revenge in a submarine warfare in space, and it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
It has some Trek ideas, but it's not pure Trek in either. I mean, in that sense.
3 is a continuation. Like 2, 3, and 4 kind of roll together as one trilogy almost, and 3 is the search for Spock and Genesis. So that's more of a continuation of that story, and you've got great characters and you've got the Genesis sci-fi element there, but same thing. It's not really breaking any new ground or anything Star Trek themed, I would say. And then 4, you get the Voyage Home, which is probably the most popular. Was it the most popular one, the biggest moneymaker, I'm guessing? And
so.
Of course, that's kind of the themes from 1, the probe and the whales, and but hey, that's a great, it's an awesome movie. 5, I guess, is probably
a lot of things wrong with it, but it gets
the theme of it,
some good Trek stuff in there, but yeah,
and it was hindered by the special effects. God, I wish they could do a director's cut of that, at least fix some of those special effects, because it's really doesn't help the movie. And 6 is Clue in space, let's be honest, right? I mean, so there's it's more of a Cold War. It's a riff on the Cold War and Russians, and you could translate that to peace. And then the next movie is the Nexus, right? That's ridiculous. And that's just that's in search of another Khan, basically, that movie, right? They're just looking for a big bad, and Malcolm McDowell is great actor, but I just can't stand the Nexus and the time travel. It's like, well, why don't we go further back in time so we can just save everything easily, right? And
it made no sense.
Made no sense, that movie. That was a mess. First Contact is good, but that's another revenge, like a Khan type action movie,
Captain
right?
Ahab stuff.
Yeah, so it's not really a Star Trek exploration theme. I love the movie. That was a great movie. And then you get the next movie you get is, I always forget the name of it, is Insurrection, right?
Insurrection.
Yeah, that's probably some sci-fi themes, I guess, there, in terms of the creatures that are the cure for everything.
Stuff too, though, yeah.
Yeah. And then you get then they were in search of Khan again when they did the final movie with the Kirk Nemesis with the clone of
right.
P-Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Star Trek belongs on television.
Yeah. So you can develop your themes. Yeah. So I was talking to my mother-in-law the other day, and I asked her, "Did you watch Picard season 2?" She's like, "Oh, it was so horrible." She's like, "I almost don't want to watch TNG anymore." I didn't.
It almost ruined it for her. Like, it ruined it for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's.
Don't blame her. It's sad. No. Picard is so bad. It does. I mean, look. Again, here we go. adding another horrible, tragic backstory to a character. We didn't need to know shit about his mother.
Yep.
It's so stupid. His mother.
And they tried to make his dad. Originally, it was his dad was abusive, but I guess on the series, it turns out he wasn't. He was just trying to protect his mom. But God, in the future, you'd think they'd have better. That whole episode was written almost like it was from the 1900s or something. It's like you'd think they would have better care in the future.
Well, there's another thing. That's another thing. They don't. The mentally ill. Even in the original series, they said mental illness was so rare. They had that place, in Whom Gods Destroy, and the place in Dagger of the Mind, where they have these very nice, great care facilities for these people on other planets and, of course, on Earth, where it's so rare they don't have that much crime. And so the technology has advanced so much in Picard's time that nobody, the whole point is nobody would do what his mother did. They would, because they would know they know the cause of that kind of thing now. Spoilers. Hey, Picard comes pre-spoiled.
Yeah. That's spoiler alert. Yeah, don't watch the show. My mother-in-law hated it, and she loves Picard. She just loves the character, and she couldn't stand the first season. The second season,
even worse.
I think in some ways, I think the second season had a couple of moments that I liked that were a little bit more enjoyable. I liked the Captain Rios and the nurse or the doctor.
I love
and the kid was fun. The kid was because she's hot. The kid was fun. Like I imagine as a kid beaming up to a starship, and there were a couple of things. I thought it was pretty touching to have that scene with Q. That was but that's just member berries, I guess, too. With a lot of it doesn't make sense, and but it really was just a lot of it didn't. The series didn't matter. I mean, watch the Red Letter Media guys, but
did you see their new one, their latest review of episode?
I gotta
10?
watch it. I heard it broke them almost. And Agnes comes out singing, and then that whole plot line of
she
that whole.
She did look kind of hot in that red dress.
Yes, everyone's talking about and then she becomes a Borg in the future, and the whole series is a mess. It's not enjoyable or fun too. It's just so depressing. That's what dystopian. That's what's. You want Star Trek. You want hope. You want something hopeful. Like things are bad,
right?
But
I want Star Trek
get it
to
back to normal. Yeah, that's a very depressing series. Yeah. So, but yeah, Jeff, don't waste your time watching it. Watch the Red Letter Media guys reviewing.
It was pretty.
It's funny. Really, and I'm pretty kind to a lot of things, or give a lot of things the benefit of the doubt, but it was just really. Not good stuff to watch.
Strange Nude Worm sucks too, but people are getting taken in by it.
Oh, it's got the bones of Star Trek. So,
and something else I didn't think about in that stupid last episode is okay, how the reveal that she's an augment and all that crap.
Yeah.
So they can't tell that by all the medical exams. How can you hide your race? By the way, they didn't know she was an Illyrian either. They thought she was human. Wait a minute. Did she ever get a medical going in the Starfleet?
Yeah, wouldn't they check your DNA? But I think in the future like that.
How can you hide what race you are in Starfleet?
But of course, that's that DC Fontana wrote that in that novel. So I'd really like to read that novel.
Not that though. Illyrians.
That she's an Illyrian. No, she's not augmented, but she's an Illyrian.
Yeah, but did she write in that novel that she lied to Starfleet about being a human?
I don't know. That's why I'd like to read it just to see how.
That's not in the book.
Which they said, did an R&B said that she was an Illyrian in the book?
Yeah, she's Illyrian in the book, but I'm talking about on that episode. She's lying. She lied her way in through Starfleet.
Oh yeah. No, great, yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm wondering how DC. I wonder how DC Fontana wrote it relative to what they did in the new series. So, because she's carrying.
I don't think she was an augment in the book. I think
no, she wasn't. Yeah, according to But I'm just wondering how DC Fontana handled that versus, that's
but I'm just saying that. Yeah, but we're talking about we're not even having an argument. We're talking about two different things. I'm saying the stupid shit was that she joined Starfleet all those years ago, and they couldn't tell she's not human.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how DC Fontana explains, agreeing with you, how she explains it in her novel. She's probably got a great explanation knowing DC Fontana
they don't need
or
one
something.
if she's not lying about what she is.
Yeah, yeah. Because she's carrying the engineer in, and then I'm like, wow, she's strong. Like, how the heck is she? And then the Nurse Chapel even says it, like, how are you carrying him like that? So of course, and she had all those, basically superhuman powers, and she doesn't use them at any point in time until now. I mean,
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
That's pretty unbelievable. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying it. I don't know about the book.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I doubt DC Fontana did something so stupid as to
no, that's why I
say
agree.
she could be in
I agree.
Starfleet and they can't tell what race she is.
Yeah, that's why I'm agreeing. I know she's gonna have a great explanation, knowing her how great, one of the founders of Star Trek.
One thing that disturbs me, according to one of those things, synopsis. I never read that book either. I think I bought it. I don't think I've read it. I don't think I've read it, but she says they have some crap in there where DC Fontana added that Vulcans can have sex for non-procreation purposes. In other words, it's the Pon Farce for procreation, but they can have sex for. And I'm going, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Vulcans, why would they think this? That's illogical. It's a biological function that is all it should be to them.
Yeah, but I guess
I can't see Vulcans going, getting together for the weekend and having like a one-night stand.
Well, that's why I got to read that book, Vulcan's Glory, and just 1989. This book I'm just googling it now. So so let's put the link in here.
Well, and that's another thing. She's got. I love DC Fontana. She's got T'Pring and Stan in that book because I was reading something about it. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm sorry. According to Amok Time, they have not met since they were 7 years old.
Yeah, so it's you don't need to do stuff like that too to. Well, as long as you got the original Pike action figure, that would be pretty cool.
I have a Pike action figure, not this garbage.
I think I got one. Yep. So here's the Memory Alpha article on the Vulcan's Glory.
They are garbage, but that's the only place that has the write up for it. Memory Alpha is crap though, because they that whole article is tied into that stupid episode.
Well, then they change things, yeah. So they add things as things change. So I wonder if it's. I wonder if you can get it on ebook on the Amazonians. I wonder. Let's see. It must be there.
Probably can, yeah.
Let's see if it's there. Yeah.
It tells the story of his. It's he's on Pike's ship.
Wow, it's $9 on Kindle. $16 new and used. I wonder. It's got to be a popular book right now. I'm guessing because normally the Star Trek books were so cheap. Yeah, 4 used from. Wow. Paperback is expensive. Yeah.
How much?
Got 4 used from $16.99. Wow. That seems it's got to be because of the new episodes. Most Star Trek books, I'm assuming, would be pretty. Like here, let's look at book 57. You can get it
cheap on Kindle or what?
Yeah, Kindle's $8. Yeah. See, buy used paperback $6. I'm just looking at 86 used for $1.30. The Rift by Peter David.
That's a good book. I really like that book.
I think I have that one. Yeah,
that's an excellent Star Trek story. Peter David was good at writing Star Trek.
Yeah.
Read a lot of Trek comics too.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you can get that book for $1 used, paperback. But it'd be fun to read that. I think that was the only Star Trek book she wrote. I think, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So interesting to read. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, why don't we
wind it up?
Wind it up, and thank my buddy Geoff, Cavatino, Kevin Che, Kal-El. And we had Courtney was here. And she might be streaming now, so we do a raid over on. We find out if Courtney's streaming.
Yeah.
Do a raid.
Check.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Kellel was here. JPRPH1.
Right. Yeah.
And who else was here? Oh, the Canadian Spider-Man, of course, was
Canadian
here.
Spider popped in.
Yep. So this was a good hangout. We got through build part number 4. So
yeah,
getting close there. Yeah. So
Culture Casino's on. Wow.
Culture Casino's on. He's doing a lot of late night stuff now. Culture Casino.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Good to see you there, Kellel, and all you gentlemen. GF, good to see you there. Geoff, as he says. Yeah. Well, you know, he's your friend. Geoff, I'm not allowed to call him that like you, so I got to stop. I apologize, Jeffrey. Jeffrey to me, because I don't know him well enough to call him Geoff.
That's my when you have a good friend and you just joke like, but our friend, our mutual friend.
I don't know him like you do, so I can't do that.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend called Harold, but only his mom can call him Hal. No one else is allowed to call him Hal. It's like he'll kill you.
Paulie's on.
An old, but certain, that's fun. But that's just a joke. I just always say that because I'm just making fun of myself because I was so stupid when I was doing that with my, with the calling the list. It was Geoff there. Yeah, I love making fun. You gotta have fun in life and make fun of yourself. So
that's where Courtney is. She's on with Paulie.
She's on with.
He's doing some kind of members
Latino,
on, open line thing. Yeah, he's on there. She's on there on the panel with Mr. CCDV and deleted scenes and Zan Zoltan.
But it's a members only stream, right? Yep.
I guess, yeah.
Or if you're a member, you can join. I guess, right?
Yeah.
You can get on.
Are you a member?
I'm not a member, but I should be a member.
No, you don't have to.
$5 a month. Yep.
Nah, you don't need. You don't need to join that if you don't want. It's not a channel. Only do it because I'm.
I like to support friends, though. Yeah.
But anyway.
But then I'd have less money for action figures. Paulie didn't hear me say that. Right? Just kidding, Paulie. Don't tell him that. Yeah. But when are you doing memberships, clobbering times? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I know. I got to figure out. I don't know how to make what icons and all that kind of shit. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, icons are easy. Yep.
Well, for you, yeah. Not for me. I can't do that stuff.
Get the guys at Iconicon to do some icons for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kellel. It was great hanging out with you. Yep.
All right, Kellel. Yeah. I might go. I don't know if I'm going to bother to go join Paulie. I think I might just go lie down for I'm tired.
Yeah, take a break. Yeah. Oh, and then you're going to wake up for Strange New Worms at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Are you? I can't get it.
I'm not going to.
Unless you're getting it. I'll watch it with you tomorrow if you want.
We'll watch it tomorrow. Yep.
Let me know. But all right, Duder. Well, thanks. I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. Yep. And here's my new clip. So I pity the fool.
Right. But I pity the fool
who has to watch any of the new Star Trek stuff. So.
Yes, that is foolish.
So that's going to come in. That's going to come in handy. I think that one.
Could be indeed.
I'm going to keep playing that.
But I pity the fool.
Pity the fool.
Yeah. So we love and our friend.
But I pity the fool.
Our buddy Harold's a big A-Team fan too. So. All right.
There you go.
Let me play my outro here. And thanks everyone. And come on back. I don't know what the bat time will be, but it'll be the same bat channel to keep building the Batwing. So
good night,
appreciate
everybody.
everyone being here. Yep. Good night.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.